present about the Code Data is doing the data analytics for the companies to improve the business profiles in the global market. So with no further delay, we will invite Mr. Salman. Yeah, please give a hand to Mr. Salman.
Let me know if this becomes too loud, because I have a habit of speaking a bit louder. Thank you, the Nordic Pakistan IT Summit organizers, for inviting us here. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, and all of the participants that are here to listen to us, to speak about and to explore business opportunities jointly. I'd like to speak about the landscape that the Pakistani IT industry has right now. And also, when I was thinking about what to talk about here, it came across my mind that let's talk about some of the on-the-ground, in-action stuff that goes on when it comes to teams working in a global delivery scenario. And that's where it hit me that let's talk about some of the offshoring challenges and some of the solutions that the companies that across Pakistan, or specifically talking about our organization, has handled some of those issues. So the first portion of the slides, the presentation, is going to be about the landscape in Pakistan. And of course, the speech by Mr. Ambassador and the video as well, I would not be able to do justice to this. So that's a disclaimer in advance. And then I'll talk about the challenges and solutions part, and then the profile. If there is time, then I'll like to talk about our organization's profile as well. Do we take questions in the middle, or?
To audience, if you
Right.
think that, or we can have that. And
all right. Okay, thank you. So the term global delivery model, I'd like to describe this term so that all of us are on the same page when we talk about what is offshoring or what is a global delivery model. So the definition says that, and specifically about IT consulting services delivery model, the teams are distributed globally, and it's usually a mix of the costlier on-site associates, and of course they're ahead in terms of a lot of aspects as well, but then combined with cheaper offshore associates as well. So when we say global delivery model, it's a mix of distributed teams spread across different regions. And when it comes to global delivery model, some of the benefits, some of the offshoring partners that we see, all of us know about these countries, and then there are other countries as well. I just highlighted a few countries here. India, for example, Brazil, and then we are here because we're all speaking about Pakistan in this context as well. And some of the benefits of offshoring are, it becomes, when the customer's requirements change, it becomes, the delivery model is designed in a way that you have a round-the-clock service available around the clock. The team is working around the clock because we have different time zones that we can leverage. And then there might be a mix that is required to blend in some of the non-costly or low-cost associates from different countries to blend in, and so that the model becomes cost-effective. And not just, so I was looking at the, for example, some of the countries have lower population than the city of Karachi itself. And I was hearing about a lot of, there was a conversation happening where there was a lot of mention of the keyword Karachi. So I would just like to present that the population of Karachi right now stands at 20 million. And that's double than the population here in Sweden, for example. And then there are other countries as well where, so to leverage the talent pool across the globe, and with not many strings attached as well, is something that that we can leverage through the global delivery model. And why Pakistan now? Why the landscape is, or why the business environment is conducive as of now, is because the industry has matured over the last couple of decades, with the current population standing at 200 million, and 60% of the population is below 30. And I was speaking about this, and also the Mr. Ambassador also indicated that the exports of Pakistan have been rising over time. In 2017, it crossed $1 billion mark. And most of the IT organizations in Pakistan have been working within the US market, with some of their team members in the US, and then the rest of the team members are spread across Pakistan in different cities of Pakistan, major cities being Lahore, Islamabad, Karachi. But now, recently, the focus has been shifting towards the EU markets as well. And we see, as compared to last year, the audience here that we have as well. Some of the unicorns that were founded or co-founded by Pakistanis, Kareem, it's a ride-sharing app and company that provides those services, just like Uber. Edible Arrangements, company that kind of arranges your fruits as just like flowers. Affinity is another product organization that provides services, AI-based solutions within the telco industry. And they've been working with giants across the world. Some of the analyst reviews or economist reviews, and some of the people that are indicating Pakistan, I'm not sure whether you can read this or not, but sorry about that. Probably will they get the slides? Will the audience get? All right, okay. So maybe, I'll just skim through this so that you guys can read this later as well. But it's good. So they're all projecting that Pakistan is a good landscape or a good region to invest in right now. And what do we cover within the IT industry? We cover pretty much everything, and you can see the flyers and all the highlights that we have here, that most of the organizations, we have full coverage of IT services that we represent. May it be gaming, software development, mobile app development, data analytics, BPO services, telemarketing services, all of that stuff is being presented by the Pakistani IT market right now. And we have a good resource pool that can cater to those needs. And the ecosystem itself is conducive right now, where entrepreneurs are sitting in the middle, and there are investors, educational institutions, there's a good workforce, with smartphones era as well, a rising need, and also the rising consumption of the smartphones as well, the internet age, and corporations also interested in helping the universities with industry license as well. A good ecosystem has been developed for the last few years that's good for business in Pakistan. And the new government coming in, right? There's a lot of optimism that the new government has brought in. A lot of investment opportunities, housing schemes also, right? And this also brings a lot of political stability within the region, and ever-growing IT skills. And the Prime Minister himself, and this is what I'm really, really, really proud of, is that whenever he talks about education, and at the grassroots level. And not just at the grassroots level, but also building universities, big universities, top universities, and getting inspiration from across the globe, universities across the European regions, and also within the US region, where huge campuses, and then bringing those ideas in, learning from those ideas, and then having that stage set for the future generation. And while I move towards so these were some of the benefits of offshoring and why Pakistan is pretty conducive for business right now. I'd like to transition into some of the challenges that I spoke about earlier. And I was thinking about challenges, and there are definitely a lot of challenges out there when working with offshore, onshore delivery models. But we have found solutions through working with these challenges over the years. And I'm sure some of the IT companies here, that the guys who have flown in from Pakistan also have found their own solutions. So I've tried to consolidate all those challenges into top 4 challenges. There might be other challenges that would come across as we move along doing business together. But companies have found solutions towards those because through coaching and through training and through learning, through traveling, interaction with different people, how they solve those problems and learning from them. So we've tried to consolidate all those challenges and solutions into the next 4 slides. And somebody who wants to engage other team members outside of their own city or their office or their country in a different time zone, one of the topmost challenge that comes in the mind is, how do you exercise teamwork within a distributed team scenario? And that might raise concerns such as gaps in business understanding. And then when you're co-located, you're building a relationship as well. We're not just machines, right? We are humans, and we like to build relationships as we move along. And just a nice tap on the back and appreciation when you're doing a coffee break, for example. So things like those you miss in a distributed scenario. But then there are solutions to it, right? You introduce agile tooling, usage of agile tooling, where you use Skype, GoToMeeting, WebEx, all those toolings, and through training and coaching. And also, what we'd like to do is we follow a scoring system called Net Promoter Score. This is what we have implemented within our organization. And we take regular feedback from our customers so that we keep in check of the issues that rise because of the distributed team scenario. And we get a lot of feedback. We then try to improve based on that feedback. And also, through regular on-site visits, whenever required, this gap somehow is bridged through on-site interaction. And when you get to meet each other, then you just remember, oh, okay, this is the guy. I spoke with you 6 months ago when I never met you, and now this is the first time I'm meeting you. So that excitement that is generated through that interaction as well. So that is done through on-site visits. And just an example of how we have done this, we've solved this problem with a customer that we have in the Central Asian region. This is a giant oil and gas organization that we work with. And we provide data management services to our client there, is that they use Microsoft Teams as agile tooling to collaborate on a daily basis. And the time zone is the same, actually, with the Karachi and that organization that they are headquartered in. That city has the same time zone as Karachi. So that reduces a lot of communication gap as well. And they have rated us pretty high on the NPS score side as well, because our consultants are trained and coached in a way to meet their requirements and to bridge that gap. The second concern that might come in our minds is the quality of work, whether the quality would be the same as the onshore consultants would provide or an onshore team would provide. And that arises from the lack of exposure and the image that we saw in the video as well, the image in the beginning, right? And then the second portion of the video is exactly this, that education and culture and a lot of innovation that is going on in Pakistan. And we counter this through experience across different engagements, across different geographies that we work in, and engaging relevant SMEs. So one example, we were working on a big data project back in 2014, And it was the first time that we were doing a big data implementation in a Japanese pharmaceutical company that had a regional office in the US. And we engaged an SME who was an ex-director of technology SME, who was an ex-director at MongoDB. So we brought him on as a consultant because our team did not have the experience on big data. So we countered that part through bringing in an SME, and then our team learned through that process working with him. And also, one area where we can counter this is introducing processes to tackle the lack of skill set in some of the areas by engaging stronger QA processes and teams. The third concern that comes into our mind is how do you ensure data security, and especially, I know Sweden is ahead in terms of data security and privacy, but GDPR kicked in this year, right? 25th May 2018, GDPR came into effect. So how do you monitor? How do you control personnel that are not here in your vicinity and cross-border? And in your own office, you can take all sorts of security measures when it comes to in-premise security. Or how do you control that in an offshore scenario? So what we have done is we've introduced screening processes during hiring, we've tried to establish secure connectivity, and also using cloud as well, so that also Amazon has their own security policy that has been implemented. We also bring that into contracts, NDAs, and policies, and also there are certifications available within the industry that you can always acquire. So we are undergoing ISO 27001 security certification, as one customer demanded from us that this is our requirement, so we went ahead and started company-wide certification program. And we are in the gap analysis phase as we speak. And the last one is, how do you maintain business continuity? Because that's a big concern, right? When it comes to this region, there might be concerns about political stability, but we have cracked that nut as well. That does not, and then there are other factors as well. Those factors do not impact our business operations. For example, we have introduced work from home policy, and that empowers our individuals to work from home if something happens within the city or within the country. But that's something that was way back. Now I think there are very few instances that might occur as well. But this is a concern that might come into mind. But we have never, and we're a global organization, so we work with the US customers, European customers, and as well as Central Asian customers. So we've cracked that nut by empowering our individuals to work from wherever they are right now. And we also exchange calendars in the beginning of the year so that we know how the projects would get impacted, and bringing some of those holidays into the project plans as well. And then introduction of the project delivery and service managers. And with that, I'd like to transition into, I know I have just a couple of minutes to present our own organization, so I'll skip a few slides there and then go to the heart of what we do. And I think this is the most important slide there, so I'd like to spend a few seconds there, is why Core Data exists, is that we want to serve humanity through meaningful solutions, and we are a purpose-driven organization. We take all the steps based on our purpose. And our niche is we help companies get more out of data. So we do all sorts of data analytics, and big data implementations, data warehousing, ETL implementations. And our experience ranges across the last 1 decade. We came into existence almost 10 years ago now. We've worked with customers across the globe, with customers, as I indicated earlier, customers across, so we have customers across Europe, in the US, and also in Canada. And we worked in different industries, life sciences, retail, energy. These are the industries that we actively work in right now, and naturally, more customers are from the life sciences industry. And this should be my last slide because I have just 1 second remaining. So this is what our customers, I've hidden names of the customers because we had not taken permission from them. And we don't want to be stuck in the GDPR scenario right now, right? So with that, do I have more time or am I done?
We are just available maybe for one short question, but Mr. Salman will be here whole day, and then you will chance to maybe tell more details about your customer details.
Right.
But maybe in the audience, if you have any short question, we have room for one question. Yeah? No? Okay. But no questions, but we can thank you, Mr. Salman, for his presentation and the information he have provided us.
Thank you.